and welcome to Games. Thank you so much for coming to see me play some more of the Mass Effect Legendary Edition today. I'm loving this game, and I'm gonna get into it. Please like and subscribe if you can. I'd appreciate that, and I'm slowly getting through this game. We're pretty far into it, actually. I'm nearly at the end of Mass Effect 1. And for some reason, my PS5 is actually taking a while to load the beginning of each recording, so I'm just gonna let it play, knowing that it's gonna take a while to actually load this. I genuinely don't understand why, because if there's one thing that the PS5 is good at, it's loading times. So, the fact that it's taking 3 minutes to start up the Legendary Edition is quite strange. Or at least, a decent amount of time. Come on. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing really well. I've just been chilling. And one thing that I've been watching on YouTube recently is a gymnast who I quite admire in terms of his gymnastics. He's awesome. His name is Niall Wilson. I've had a look at his stuff, and I think he's so cool. So I've just been watching a whole bunch of his content, and yeah, just playing games and chilling on the weekends. So yeah, I hope you guys have been having a great weekend. Mine's been good. Bit of eating, a bit of movie watching, and a whole bunch of getting through the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. I love this game too. This is one of my favorite gaming experiences, and I've got a whole bunch of cool ones. Like, the Mass Effect Legendary Edition is awesome, but I've loved playing Mass Effect before. I've finished the game 3 times. So I've finished the trilogy 3 times, and I really dig that game and that series of games. I love The Last of Us, and I finished that too many times. I have Dragon Age on the PS3, and I got a whole bunch of, old consoles too. I've got the PS1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I've got a gaming laptop with a decent, it's a decent laptop. It's not anything amazing, because if you go for a gaming laptop straight away, you've kind of compromised a little bit on what you can get. But I'm just not at the point where I'm going to build that gaming PC yet. And I have an original Xbox and Halo. So I've got some really cool gaming experiences and gaming memories. But Mass Effect has a special place for me, and I think that it's a really, really good game. I dig it. I absolutely dig this game. It might be a fault with the Mass Effect Legendary Edition that it's taking this long to load. I'm thinking that's a fault with the game rather than the PS5. But I'm not too sure why it's doing that. Yeah, 3 minutes. And this has got some of the quickest loading times I've ever seen on any machine. So, I'm not too sure why. Anyway, we're getting into it. And I will finish the Mass Effect Legendary Edition's first game very soon. I will finish Mass Effect 1 pretty soon. We've just scanned all of the keepers. Have a look at the journal. I'll do this quickly, and then we'll do the Vermine mission. Find the freighter in Faranata system of the Hades Gamma cluster, and make your way to the biotics on board. And what is it called? Freighter Faranata system. Freighter Faranata system of the Hades Gamma cluster. Let's go to back. Wards locations. CSEC. To the docking bay.
Francis Kitt has announced plans to direct Hamlet. Cast members.
That would be pretty funny to see.
Theater to the Elcor with a Hamlet who uses Elcor body language and pheromones. Kit claims that he's also excited by giving a human audience the chance to judge Hamlet by his deeds and not his emotions.
Alright, so here we go. Inside the Normandy SR-1 we go.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress. Logged. The commanding officer is aboard.
Thanks, Presley.
Stands relieved.
Okay, quickly let's have a look at where I'm supposed to go, and then I'll travel there, and before I exit the craft I'll talk to my squad mates again. Board the freighter. Fahrenheit system of the Hades Gamma cluster. So that's where we're gonna go! Alright. Artemis Tau, Hades Gamma. Fahrenheit system of the Hades Gamma cluster. Righty-ho! I'm sure this is where I'm supposed to go. There you go. Alright, I'm gonna board it. Then I'll go quickly talk. Wait. Examine squad. Can I not quickly just go and talk to my crew? I wanna talk exit to Normandy, yeah. I wanna talk to my crew before I go on this mission, because surely I can talk to Liara properly now. And I'm glad I didn't push her into anything, because it made perfect sense to me to actually just leave it. You know, she's like, there's Geth, there's fighting, there's lots of stuff. I was like, yeah, no, it makes perfect sense. You know, I'll leave you be. Let's have a look.
I get the feeling you want to ask me something, Commander.
Nothing important.
To talk. Of course, Shepard. What did
Alright,
you want
I'll leave her be.
Goodbye, Shepard.
Now, the next thing that I'm going to do is go and talk to Rex and the crewmates downstairs, because I'm sure there's something that I can do. Alright, hey Rex, what's up, buddy?
What do you want, Shepard?
Personal inquiry.
Why did you become a mercenary?
Lots of reasons.
Elaborate.
Such as?
Such as, I needed to get out of our system. I needed to eat. I needed to survive.
Right, this is possibly the best conversation I've ever had. I am astounded at the level of intellect that is being displayed in this conversation. This is great. Right, I'm being silly, but no, let's ask him really.
What happened?
I was betrayed.
Yeah, cool. Tell me.
I was head of a small tribe. We were trying to restore order
Yep.
after the war.
Explain it to me. I would be very curious.
They followed Jared, one of the few warlords who survived the war with the Turians. But he was old, and so were his ideas. He wanted to continue the war. He wanted us to fight. Turians, Solarians, each other. It didn't matter who, as long as we were fighting.
What about you?
What did you want?
I just wanted Jared to shut up, to stop his ranting. I wanted him to stop leading the tribes astray. But he couldn't understand how much things had changed. We didn't have the numbers to go to war. Even if we did, the genophage made sure we couldn't replenish our numbers fast enough. I told them all to forget about war. We needed to focus on breeding.
Get strong again.
Just for one generation. And for a while, we were getting through. Some of the tribes started coming around.
What about Jared? He was your father, right?
The warlord didn't appreciate that.
No. He didn't. He arranged a crush with the tribes. A meeting on neutral ground. He wanted to talk. We met at the Hollows, near the graves of our ancestors. The skulls of our dead laid bare to remind us where we come from, where we all go. It's as sacred as any Krogan place can be. Violence is forbidden.
Yeah, on like neutral ground and a place where there's an established procedure that A, there's been no breach of disrespect, B, you know, you haven't deliberately been malicious before, so therefore it makes sense that you guys would be able to converse peacefully. That makes perfect sense. And I think that they'd been able to converse peacefully before. So it's good that Wrex tried to actually communicate properly. I think it's an interesting situation if there has been a breach of respect and or violence and or some form of communication has previously crossed the boundary of peaceful communication, then suddenly, you know, you just expect that anywhere you meet, the possibility of conflict is right there. But up until this point, I believe that Wrex and his father had been able to talk peacefully. So I suppose what I'm saying is, it makes sense that they talk peacefully because the communication had been peaceful up until that point. It's a different story if the communication had no respectful boundaries at all, and then you needed to actually continue relating to them after that point. You know, if somebody has been bad to you past that point, there is no respect for peaceful communication ever. Let's go. And you went.
Sounds like a trap to me. You must have suspected as much.
I did. But when your father invites you to a crush, well, there are some laws that even we hold sacred.
Your father.
Jared was your father?
He was. Until that day. We talked, but we didn't get anywhere. When it was clear that I wouldn't join him, he gave the signal. His men leapt from the graves of our ancestors.
Wow. Krogan Undead would be so cool.
The few that were loyal to me died quickly. I escaped with my life, but not before I sank my dagger deep into my father's chest. That is why I left, and that's why I'll never go back.
Tell me about it.
Are your people really dying?
What? Why would you go from that to that? Okay, let's ask about family.
System.
You must have family other than your father. Don't you miss them?
You trying to make me cry, Shepard? I've got some unfinished business with my family, but that's all.
Really?
What kind of business?
Tell me about it.
Before I left, I made an oath to my father's father. I swore to recover my family's battle.
Yeah!
It was taken from him after the uprising.
Tell me about the armor.
What's so important about this armor?
It's a relic. Useless, really. But it was worn by 5 generations of my family before the war. It's rightfully mine. Originally, it was taken by the Turian military. We weren't allowed armor or weapons after the war.
But this is a family heirloom.
Now, it's in the hands of Taun Actus, a Turian scum who collects relics from the war. He's made millions selling Krogan artifacts that were stolen from my people. He's got several bases where he stores his goods, all fortified and guarded.
Well, I'm gonna help you find it. You can rest assured of that.
Just tell me where to start looking.
I'll upload the data to your nav system. But Commander, I want to be there when you find him.
Good.
So long, Wrex.
Shepard.
Okay. Now, let me have a look at the journal. Wrex's family armor. Argus Row Cluster. So I'm going to do either that one or the one I'm currently doing next. Let's talk to Garrus.
Commander, what can I do for you?
What's the matter?
Something bothering you?
It's Saren. I'm starting to wonder whether we'll ever find him. He's always one step ahead of us, and he's got those damn Geth.
You think he'll get away?
We're getting close, Garrus. We'll find him.
I wish I had your confidence. I just can't stand the thought of him getting away with everything he's done. I know you're doing everything you can, and if anyone can catch him, it's you, but
You're
if
troubled.
there's anything else I can do to help, anything, just tell me what you want me to do, and I'll do it.
Are you worried?
I understand your concern, but we will find him. Just make sure you're ready to go when we do.
Yes, ma'am. You can count on me. Thanks for hearing me out. I appreciate it.
No
Can I ask
worries. Of course.
What is it?
Are you worried that the council might be protecting
Yeah,
Saren?
absolutely.
I mean, they were really dragging their heels before. What if we find him, bring him back to the Citadel, and they refuse to act?
It's possible, but what do you
I get the
say?
feeling this isn't a question. Speak your mind, Garrus.
Well, maybe we shouldn't give them the chance, Commander. In my opinion, Saren's too dangerous to be kept alive. Too much could happen. He could escape, or the council might let him go.
You're not
If we
wrong.
find him, when we find him, I say we make sure we stop him permanently.
I do think that last resort makes sense. Or even we'll see. But I don't know how this ends. We'll see.
It'll depend on the situation. I'm not committing to anything until I've got him in my sights.
Fair enough. Either way, I'm right behind you, Commander.
Thanks, Garrus. Okay, I'm gonna head downstairs, talk to Tali, and then I'll make a decision from there.
Shepard, I'm glad you're here.
Glad you're feeling better.
Good to see you smiling again, so to speak.
I'm sleeping much better now. I guess I'm getting used to how quiet your ship is. I still think a lot about my pilgrimage, though. I know Saren's our top priority, but with all the worlds we go to, I was
Fair
hoping
enough.
to find something to bring back to the flotilla.
Don't worry. Oh, I'm gonna ask like what?
What are you hoping to find?
Usually, people bring back something like a derelict ship we can use for salvage. But I need something bigger.
What
There's
can
a
I
lot
get
expected
you?
of me.
What's so special about you?
It's my father. He's the senior member of the Admiralty Board. He's one of only 5 people who can overrule the decisions of the Conclave for the good of the migrant fleet. My father is responsible for the lives of 17 million people. Our entire race is in his hands, and I'm his only child.
Your royalty.
So are you some kind of heir to the Quarian throne or something?
No,
Or
it doesn't
a
work
rough
that way.
equivalent too.
My father's position isn't hereditary.
Probably,
I'll probably
but-
never serve on the Admiralty Board myself. Officially, I'm just the same as any other citizen. But it doesn't work that way in practice. People have always treated me differently because of who my father is.
Preferential treatment.
You must get all kinds of special privileges.
I probably had it easier than most growing up, but it's not all good. People like my father have enemies, and they're not above using me to get to him.
That's a lot of pressure.
It must be tough on you.
My people place a high value on family and ancestry. There's an unspoken expectation that I'll live up to my father's example.
I'm almost tempted to romance Tali.
Everyone's waiting
I'm not
for me
going
do
to,
something
but
great on
she
my
is an
pilgrimage.
intriguing character.
Something that will forever change our lives for the better. If I don't, it's like I failed, and that reflects badly on both me and my father.
What if we saved the galaxy?
The work you're doing here is more important than anything any Quarian's ever done before.
But there's got to be something I can do.
But you have to understand Quarian culture. We're a very insular society. The events beyond the flotilla don't much matter to the average citizen. Our greatest dream is that one day we'll return to our homeworld and drive out the Geth. But even if we stop Saren, that's not going to happen. There's still millions of Geth behind the veil. Until they're gone, our exile will continue.
So what's the answer?
What would you need to bring back to make everyone happy?
Something that would help us better understand the Geth. They've changed significantly since the exile. They've continued to evolve. We've done our best to study them, but it's not easy. They're very reclusive. Until recently, they never went beyond the borders of the Veil. And all the Geth we run into now are under Saren's control. We'd need to find Geth operating on
Okay.
their own, independently.
Tell me how.
But I don't want this to get in the way of our mission, Shepard.
No, Tali, I'll do this right
Then
now.
I'll worry about my own problems.
Tali's
What was your
father.
father like?
It wasn't easy growing up as the daughter of one of the Admiralty. Even before he joined the board, he was a prominent figure. People looked to him for leadership. He had to set an example, and he expected the same of his daughter. Plus, he was pretty strict, a military man through and through. He never allowed me to settle for anything less than excellence. As a kid, I sometimes felt like he was pushing me too hard. But now, I'm old enough to appreciate what he taught me. The world doesn't owe us anything. If we want something in life, we have to.
What about your mother?
Where was your mother in all this?
Mother was around, but she always seemed to kind of blend into the background. Almost like she was overshadowed by my father. He tends to do that to people. She passed on about 5 years ago. Some airborne virus that swept through the fleet. Happened sometimes when filters start to break down. I think my father took it pretty
Damn
hard.
it.
After she was gone, he became even more focused on his work. I think that was his way of dealing with the grief.
You know, you gotta focus on what you can control if you need to. It's a good way to actually just get on top of things. Were you close to your dad?
Sounds like a tough upbringing. You don't resent your father at all?
Like I said, it wasn't easy. My father's not the kind of person you bond with. And he wasn't around all that much. Too busy. People counted on him, and he took his duties seriously. Even when he was around, he always seemed a bit distant. Like his mind was always somewhere else. Come to think of it, I can't ever remember seeing him smile.
But how would you
Not once.
see somebody smile?
It's like he
Guys
was
all have
always
masks.
weighed down by all that responsibility. I mean, I know he cares about me, but he never really showed it. Not in the usual way.
Look,
I guess
fair enough.
the best thing I can say about my father is that I respect him.
Let's change
I want to
topics.
talk about something else.
Like what?
Nothing.
I should go.
Anything added to my journal? Just to the codex. So I've got to find some way to actually get her something special for the Quarian race. I'll figure that out. I don't really like talking to Ash because I kind of want to kill her and Vermeer, but I'll give her the opportunity. Can we talk?
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
I'm off duty until tomorrow. I was gonna have a small drink.
Yeah, sure. Oh, I feel like it's so bad for me to think about it, though. Because if I'm gonna kill Ashley on Vermeer, drinking with her feels like a bad, thing. But I still want to give each of my crew members the best opportunity they can to live their life before they go. That's not something that I'd apply as a philosophy to life in general. But I think that because if this is like her last day on planet Earth, I'd want her to experience some good stuff. I will
What's the occasion?
be around for her.
It's Armistice Day, when the first contact war ended. My family always marks it. Since I'm the only Williams aboard, I thought I'd ask you.
Yeah, I'm flattered.
Seems like an odd thing to celebrate. That was 26 years ago.
In our family, it's not really a celebration, more like an obligation. Don't tell me you don't know about my family. My commanders always find out. It's not in my files or something?
Your files are clean.
There's almost nothing in your files. Technical scores and a list of crap assignments.
There's a reason for the crap assignments. I'm General Williams' granddaughter, the commander of the Shanxi garrison in the war. The only human ever to surrender to an alien race.
That's not your fault.
Don't tell me you're blamed for that.
Not formally. Dad got passed for promotion over and over. And I think my record merits more than garrison duty on a backwater agri-colony. To march into a job where your family's blacklisted. I did it anyway.
No.
I'm not gonna let our
You don't want to be
name down with
excluded.
whistling. Granddad deserved better than that.
So, okay, now her anti-alien philosophy makes more sense. I just wish I could change it.
After the war.
He was relieved of command as soon as Shanxi was liberated. They brought him back to Earth in irons, but there was never a trial. They quietly demoted him and stuck him behind a desk. He retired a year
There's
later
always a
and spent
reason.
the rest of his life working construction in the colonies. Sometimes we hear about attempts to get him exonerated in some official way. Nothing ever comes of
It's
it.
interesting. Like, you can talk about reasonable and unreasonable bias, and I think that unreasonable bias is something which is not good and you have to get rid of it. But I think that it's really interesting to differentiate when something has a reason for existing. It's not necessarily a problem, because you put somebody in that circumstance and you go, oh, do you know what? That makes sense. However, you've got to be able to believe that there are different circumstances where that bias has no place. So I think that, yeah, you can definitely justify a bias towards a particular situation based on that incident, but what you need to be able to do is separate the reasonable bias from that condition to other things and say, hey, you know, that condition isn't the same as this condition, therefore you have no right to be biased here. But considering Ashley Williams' background, it makes perfect sense that she's biased.
As I recall, your grandfather held out for a long time.
The Turians wrecked the orbitals in the first wave and occupied the major cities. They sat in orbit, dropping rocks on anything that moved. Granddad dispersed the troops, but when they went into the cities for supplies, the Turians would wreck a block to eliminate one fire team.
Far out.
Civilians were dying, his troops were starving, and he couldn't contact Alliance High Command. So he surrendered the garrison.
That's why you dislike aliens. I'm not even going to say that's why you dislike aliens. That's like, really? Of course you would. I'm going to say you deserve better.
He refused to sacrifice his
I
mother
might
just to
even
save
change my
Pete's
mind about
humanity.
killing
I'm
Ashley.
planning to
Oh,
throw
I don't know.
this for him.
Would it make a difference? He's gone now. Dad's gone too. And who would it impress?
Ugh, I'm so torn
So
now.
now you know. Gonna kick me off the ship, Skipper?
Oh, that's a direct reference to the fact that I could kill her on Vermeer, and I'm so torn now. I don't think I paid attention enough to this particular dialogue option. I understand her. Oh, of course not. You're valuable. We need you. I don't know. Look, I'm going to be nice, and I'm going to really heavily think about my decision on Vermeer. Now I'm going to actually, like, ponder this deeply. I didn't think I was going to, because I immediately would have just said, nah, kill Ashley, and that's what I've said up until this point, but... Decisions. I'm going to say you're valuable, not we need you.
Tough and decisive. I value those qualities.
Just consider me a fire and forget missile. But anyway, I've got things to do before we land. I'm sure you do too.
What's your opinion of the last mission?
Gotta admire those colonials. That's about the worst place for a colony I've ever seen. Given the option, I'd get the hell out of Dodge.
Alright,
Dismissed, Chief.
okay, I'm going to go elsewhere for a minute and try and forget the fact that I was gleefully thinking about killing Ashley a minute ago. Oh, look, she's so understandable, but it's still not good that she murders. Oh, man, this is making me think quite a bit. Let's have a look, journal. I'm considering doing Rex's family armor quest, because that's more important to me than other stuff. So let's do Rex's family armor quest, and then I might end this video. Let's go. Oh, I'm so torn about my decision on Vermeer now. I really am torn. I didn't expect it. I had a plan to kill Ash, but like, oh. The thing is that she's understandable in her context. It's still not good that she murders, but this game is making me think a lot. This is a really well-written game. Find the Turian who stole Rex's family armor. He's hiding at a base in the Argus Row cluster. So let's go and explore the Argus Row cluster. Argus Road, here we go. Hydra. Phoenix. I feel like there's bound to be a cool mission on Phoenix. No, not that one. Survey. Survey. Land. So, hello! Very quickly, I wanted to show you guys how to get to the area where you're going to do Rex's Family Armor's quest. This is how you do Rex's Family Armor's quest. So you go to the Argus Road cluster in the Milky Way. Go to the Phoenix area, and then hop onto Tuntao. Then on here, you'll be able to actually do the quest itself. Bring Rex with you. I'm romancing Liara more than likely in this playthrough, so I'm going to bring her with me. And basically just get this quest done, and you can actually pick up Rex's family's armor. Alright, so hop into the map. Hidden structure is my bet as to where it is. This remaster looks really good. Okay, this bad guy's down there. And watch this. That was great. I got some toasty Turians. Alright, so what you want to do then is you want to head inside, and in this building you should find Rex's family armor.
This is the place. My armor's here somewhere.
So inside here, unsure if I made grammar errors a few minutes ago, but that's all fine. Kill all the enemies inside here. I'm gonna swap to my pistol because this is great. The arrow's doing quite well as well. Okay. This pistol is pretty good. But these guys are tough.
Go, go, go!
What is he using? It's like an ability which is quite hard to get through his shield. His shield is tough. Take the leg out. So basically, I'm just gonna start sniping them. And very quickly, let that recharge, then come out again. Peek, boy! Peek! There you go. Wait a second. Oh, he hit. And that's not killing him. Let's swap to the pistol again. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on. Just gotta, there you go. Wait, wait, wait. There you go. Now I'm going to swap to the Nagatina 5. I'm going to run around and hit this guy. Ha! Ha! That's not working. Wow. I'm going to heal up. I'm going to swap over to the Thunder 5 and... Oh. He had like an invulnerable thing on. There you go. There you go. There you go. Cool! I got a whole bunch of money and some XP from that, so that's good. Now, the next thing you want to do is head inside here. Collect that just for mini gel if you want mini gel. Open this. And open this. Then, just explore the place. And get that, get that, get that, open this, cast fabrications. What was the thing that it says open? Open, open, good medi gel. Journal. We're at the base. Do I need a decryption skill in order to actually unlock that? I hope not. Okay, well in that case, this isn't going to be a guide on how to actually do it. This is just me figuring it out. So just excuse like what I said earlier. I was like, hey, this is how you're gonna do it. This is actually just gonna be me playing through this section and getting Rex's family's armor. But I have a feeling that I need to get a bit of a actual decryption skill happening in order to do that. So let's have a look at squad and electronics. I'm gonna upgrade electronics just in case that actually is what I need for it. And nothing from him. Is that... No. I think I might need Garrus with me. So let me just go back to the ship, bring Garrus down, and then try and actually do it. So that might be how I actually do this part, because otherwise I've got everything that I thought I needed to get Rex's family's armor. I think I said that correctly. Rex's family's armor. And then that will be all that I need. So let's head outside, change up my squad, give my squad their decryption status at long last, because I just don't care about that kind of thing in this game. But for Rex's family's armor, I might actually swap it. So let's go in the vehicle, back to the ship. Then I'm coming back down with Garrus, I believe, who has decryption skill. Land. But I'm going to choose different abilities. So, examine squad, tech strength. I need somebody with a blue. She's got a good amount of tech strength. And Kaden has a good amount of tech strength. So, something tells me that if I get Erdnot Rex and Talizora Naraya, because their tech strength is quite strong, that will enable me to actually unlock the thing, I think. Let's try this combination. And I've never cared about unlocking the decryptions before, but this is going to be something I do just for Rex's family's armor, because that's important for me, even though I am going to sacrifice Rex in Mass Effect 1, because the only way to save Mordin in Mass Effect 3 is to actually sacrifice Rex in Mass Effect 1. So therefore I'm going to sacrifice Rex. Even though I like him as a character, I have enough of a Krogan influence in the game with Grunt anyway, so I just feel like it's really hard to save Mordin, and I want to save Mordin and actually wouldn't mind sacrificing Rex in order to do that. Because I still have Grunt, and you can form a relationship with him later. Let's hop out, let's go inside, and let's see, quickly, squad, if that is what I need. So, he's alright. Let's go decryption status. Maximum. Cool. Quarian Mechanist. Basic armor. Electronics. Good. Basic armor, because you need to survive. First aid, because that, and then pistols as well. Okay. Now, please tell me that I have a high enough decryption level to I'm not exiting. Go back again. Go back again. Go inside. Enter building. So, let's decrypt these things. Hard decryption. Begin manual override. Cool. That's done. Let's head upstairs now. So that's how you do the decryption level in this game. You got to choose your squad mates. You got to bring Harley with you, basically. That's pretty cool. But I just am not a fan of how easily Tali dies. And I know you have other characters who do that, but I just don't usually play with that character. In Mass Effect 1, at least. Okay.
This is it.
There you go!
I can't believe my ancestors ever wore this piece of crap. But at least I've got it back.
That's
I'm
great!
glad we could help you get it back.
I might just be starting to like you, Shepard.
Rex touches his grandfather's armor, his expression thoughtful perhaps. Krogan are hard to read. Then he shakes off his bemusement and grips his gun with renewed purpose. Time to move on. Great! So I got his family armor. Alright, let's exit the building and finish this video here! That's done, let's head out the other way. Alright, I think I'll finish this video here. Thank you so much for watching. I've got Rex's family's armor. So, that's good. And I will save and leave it here. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time in Games.